Hello everyone, this is Jennifer here from Jennifer Biedermann Jewelry. Welcome back to another tutorial. As you can see, I have like a mishmash of a bunch of stuff here. What is she doing today? Well, I have a treat for you today, let me tell you. I'm doing this video, we're not doing a project, okay? We're gonna be just learning new weaves. That's my treat. And I made this video really based on myself of when I was a beginner and I was searching for new weaves to do and to learn. And you know, when you type in, for example, learn new weaves, what's going to come up? It's going to come up bracelets and earrings and rings and all kinds of beautiful tutorials, which are amazing. But when you don't know what the weave is called, you don't know what you're looking for. So for example, here, let me find something I can show you here. This one, anyway, I just learned this recently. I've been doing this for many, many years, and I had no idea what these weaves are called. None whatsoever. I just weave, and I don't know what they're called. So this one, for example, is called a tulip weave. Now, when you're a beginner and you just want to learn new weaves, you're not going to type in tulip weave because you don't know what this is called. So that's the treat, guys. I am going to be putting videos in part 1, part 2, part 3 on how to do all these weaves. Now you just see a few here, but I have so many more to show you, okay? I'm not doing them all in this tutorial because we'll be here for a long time and we don't want to do that. I'm going to do it in little snippet videos. We're going to do like 3 weaves per video. I don't know what I'm calling this video yet. Might be learn to do new wire weaves or whatever. Also, I do want to tell you that I have written a tutorial on all the weaves and it's going to be in a package. It might be in 2 packages. So, you know, when you see wire weave tutorials, like for example, someone might be selling this for $5. I'm not doing that. Okay. I'm doing a whole package, like for example, 10 weaves, and you're going to have it all in one package. So, it's not going to cost a lot of money. It's going to be really cheap. I promise you. I do recommend you download it. Okay. And the reason why is so that you're going to have it in your archives. It's going to be there. And you don't have to go searching for this video. I download a lot of tutorials. I have a lot on my computer, and I do that so that I don't have to look for the video again. So the materials I'm using for these weaves, okay, is the base wire is going to be an 18 gauge is what I'm using. You can use whatever base wire you want. And my weaving wire, I'm going to be using a 28 gauge. For all these weaves, the most wires you're going to cut is 4. So it's going to be 3 and 4, but I'll show you that you can do these weaves with a lot more wires, but I'm not going to do it with 12. I'm going to do it with a lot less. So again, we're not here for like hours and hours. So that's it. Get your materials together. And then we're going to get started, and I'm going to start letting you know what these weaves are actually called. Okay, see you soon. All right, so the first weave we're going to do is we're going to do this tulip weave. And to do this tulip weave, I'm using 4 base wires. You can do it with more base wires. You can do it 3 or 2 or 5 or whatever, as many as you want. So I'm going to grab my weaving wire. Okay, and this is how we're going to get started. So I'm just going to take one wire here. And I'm going to take my weaving wire. And I'm going to just wrap around this weaving wire 5 times. So I'm going to coil 5 times. So 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see that. Now I'm going to take a second wire and I'm going to put it on top here. And what I'm going to do is, because my weaving wire is coming here, let me move in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Weaving wire is coming around here. I'm just going to wrap around both wires once, and I'm going to go between those two wires. And pick up another wire, so wire 3. Coming in the front, I'm going to go up around those two wires and go between those two wires. Pick up my last one. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to weave around once. I'm going to come between these two wires, just like that. Then I'm going to go and wrap around wire 3 and 2. So, oops, 3 and 2, then between 3 and 2, around wire 2 and 1, then between wire 2 and 1. Always compress. And now I'm just going to wrap around that wire 1 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my first rotation of the tulip weave. Now, once I'm here, the wire is coming around the front. So I want to go around the back, and I'm going to wrap around wire 2 and 1, and then between wire 2 and 1, up and around wire 2 and 3, then between wire 2 and 3, around wire 4, between wire 4 and 3, around wire 3 and 2, and between wire 3 and 2. And then I'm going to coil around wire 1 5 times. 2, 3, 4, that's 5. 5 times. See, and you're just going to continue this weave to the length that you want. And it's going to age this one so the weave really stands out, and that's what it's going to look like. So let's move on to the next weave. The next weave we're going to do is called the Pico weave, and it's a really interesting weave. This is going to use 3 base wires. So I'm going to pick up, which is going to be my middle wire, and I'm going to coil around this wire 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure that everything is nice and compressed. Now you're going to pick up, put this other wire on the bottom here, and you're going to pick up your 3rd wire and put it on top. Now here you have a choice, okay? You can, this is going to be your designer choice. Now I'm going to be wrapping, see this? I'm going to go around, actually no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go in between these 2 wires. Then I'm going to wrap around all 3 wires, and this is where your design comes in. You can choose to do it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, doesn't matter, but I'll show you 3 times. So 1 and 3. Now I'm just going to compress these together. And what I'm going to do with this wire is go in between wire 1 and 2 I'm going to compress this, and I'm going to wrap around that middle wire 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Always compress. And you're going to repeat this to the length that you want. So again, 1, 2, 3, making sure that they're sitting next to each other like this. You're going to go between wires 1 and 2, compress, and then wrap around that middle wire 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you just continue that process to the length that you want. That's it. So let's go on to the next weave. Okay, so this is called the Sumac weave. This is a really nice dense weave. I use this a lot actually. Now this weave is showing 4 wires. You can do this with as many wires as you want. Really, you can go to 20 wires if you want, depending on what you want to do for your project. So, but for this one I'm using 4 wires. So we're going to pick up 1 wire. We're going to weave just to anchor. Now for this one, I'm going to anchor twice. Let me move out slightly so that you can see. Now that's anchored. I'm going to pick up a second wire, wire 2. I'm going to be wrapping around this wire once, like this, and then I'm going to go between the wires, like that. I'm going to pick up my third wire. I'm going to do the same thing, wrap around both, go between wire 3 and 2. I really hope you can see this. Pick up wire 4. You're going to wrap around wire 4 and 3. Now, at this point, always compress, okay? Now, at this point, you're going to go around this wire. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go between wire 3 and 2. You're going to wrap around wire 3 once. You're going to go between wires 1 and 2. You're going to wrap around a single coil around wire 2. Then you're going to wrap around wire 1 like this. Compress. And then you're going to continue this weave. So you're going to come up around wire 1 and 2, between wire 1 and 2, up around wire 2 and 3, between wire 2 and 3, up around wire 3 and 4, between wire 3 and 4, up around wire 4, between wires 3 and 2. Single coil up around wire 3. Bring it down to the back, between wire 1 and 2. Up around and between, well, up around wire 2. Okay. Then you're going to wrap and coil around wire 1. And you're going to continue that weave to the length that you want. This is such a beautiful weave. It's called Sumac weave. So these are the 3 weaves I'm doing in this tutorial. I'm going to do another part to show you the other weaves. So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel. You'll be notified of new videos coming up that I post. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That would be fantastic. And also, I do have a closed Facebook page. If you want to join, it's called Wire Weavers. Fantastic group. It's a place to ask questions. It's for beginners and all kinds of wire weavers. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what level you're at. We're here to help you, okay? And you can always message me. That's what I'm there for. I'm here to help you succeed, okay? And that's it. So see you in the next tutorial. So enjoy your 3 weaves, and I'll come back to show you more.